We now join the Tony Danza Show, already in progress.
Oh, man. It brings back such memories. Please welcome Carrie Fisher. Hey! Have a little seat. Oh, hey! So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You tired of seeing that clip?
No, I watch it every morning at the house.
Yeah, because we're not tired. I mean, I had a bunch of guys say backstage. You know, I get a lot of young guys working for us on the staff, and you know, they look at that clip and go, "That's when I became a man." You know, so you know, it had a big effect.
I have well, elderly men come up to me and say, you know,
That's quite a bit.
was really in love with you when I was a little boy.
Well, no, I don't believe that. I'm telling you.
Please believe me.
No. So you just got in, right?
I got in from China 4 days ago.
And did you go to L.A. first?
Then I went into a blackout.
In L.A. And
then I went up to Banff, Canada.
In Vancouver.
Yeah.
In Vancouver.
And then I woke up and I was here.
Well, see that? Well, we're glad you made it. But were you there in L.A. for the rain? I mean, this is like a crazy.
I heard about the rains in China. I said, I have to get back. It's going to be so fun.
Oh, is that right? Yes. No. Okay. All right. I'm not going there anymore. I just wanted to know what it was like because I'm my friends in California.
It's bad, but you know, in L.A., it's like if we just get a rainstorm, it says, you know, in the news, flooding and, you know.
Well, you know, the local news is not about news. It's about keeping you frightened so that you'll keep watching.
Well,
so they say the mother of all storms, for instance.
The mother of all storms. We've got a tsunami in Asia.
Yes, I know.
They report in L.A. our storms at that kind of caliber.
It almost looks like the same thing, yeah. And, well, there was a terrible thing that some people lost their lives yesterday in a mudslide, you know.
In L.A.?
In L.A., some small town near Los Angeles, yeah. La Conchita, actually. And a mountain came down on people. It was, I mean, it's really.
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's all right. So let's start because I think people. I want to talk about the book because I've been reading it and it's really terrific because what I think it does is, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs in the book. Obviously, I mean,
it's about a manic depressive.
Yeah, it's about a manic depressive ups and downs. But through all of it, she finds humor, and you find humor in all the tragedy.
Well,
and I think that's a great trait.
But I always said, if my life wasn't funny, it would just be true, and that's unacceptable.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
You can use it.
That's a good one. If my life wasn't funny, you know, there's a line. For instance, there's a line where you say, we've been talking about babies all week because John had a baby, or an Allison, excuse me, and there's this great line where Suzanne meets her friend and she puts her hand on her friend's stomach. She's pregnant with twins, and she feels something move, and you write that she felt the ordinary magic of an infant move, and I just thought ordinary magic is so great, you know, because it's.
Well, yeah, especially when you live out in L.A. where there's, you know, all these special effects, and the baby moving is the specialist effect.
Yeah, so I wonder what's the opposite of ordinary magic? Just for just something to think about. I mean, if that's ordinary, what's extraordinary magic is what I'm asking.
The aurora borealis.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to figure this. You know, I'm really moved by this book. I mean, there's stuff to learn in here, and I mean, I actually feel like I learned some stuff in there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try it at home.
No, I don't mean, you know, but how she handles things and what she says about things. I just found it enlightening at times.
Well, you have to. I mean, my mother was always described as a survivor, and I always
your mother is Debbie Reynolds.
My mother's Debbie Reynolds. She is.
Yeah, we had a very different life. You grew up, you said you were street smart. I'm street smart. You said you were street smart. My street was Pitkin Avenue. Yours was Rodeo Drive.
That's what I say.
Yeah. It's a little different. And your parents are Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds.
That couldn't be true.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Oh my God.
And you were Princess Leia, and then you wrote Postcards from the Edge.
Right.
and then Delusions of Grandma, and Surrender the Pink, and The Best Awful. I guess we should say what The Best Awful is about. This is kind of a weird interview I'm doing right now, I think.
No! Well, but if I'm in it, I guess it's weird.
No.
Well, let's see, about 7 years ago, I ended up in a mental hospital, and I wasn't a fish out of water.
Uh-huh.
I literally belonged there. I've been put on a lot of medication, and I got allergic all of a sudden to this medication. But if you are put on, 8 different pills, eventually something's going to give.
Sure.
And that something was me. And they put me on a medication vacation. And I knew I wasn't going to get a tan on this vacation. And I said, I won't sleep. I won't sleep. And they said, oh, missing one night's sleep never killed anyone. And I always love when people say that to you. Yeah, sure, if it's not your one night's sleep.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, but it's like minor surgery is always someone else's surgery. So I ended up not sleeping for 6 nights. And I really never slept. And I started hallucinating, and I knew one day I would, not at this time, I didn't know anything. I started watching TV, and everything on TV was about me. Now, when that happens to you, and I hope it doesn't, don't watch CNN. That's bad programming for everything is about you.
Right. I'm usually just the thing that goes by on the bottom. You know what I mean? It's like not as bad.
They didn't have that then.
Well, wait. Let me come. We're going to come back. I'm going to try to nail this down a little bit more. We're going to be back with Carrie Fisher when we come back. Please stay with us. We're back with Carrie Fisher. All right, so let's start this way. The name of the book is The Best Awful, okay? Now, what is The Best Awful?
Well, when you're manic, being manic high is one of the best. It's fantastic. You couldn't feel better. There's no drug that makes you feel this good. There's nothing. You feel like you could do any. It's liquid confidence.
Really?
It's, you feel like if you get a parking space, it's because it was picked for you by God on high.
All right. Okay.
Fabulous.
All right.
It just keeps getting better and better and better and better until it's so good, it's awful. It's awful.
This is really, the book is about this bipolar, right?
And I tried to make it so that you really could get inside of what the experience is.
And yet laugh, because I was in the gym. I'm reading this thing in the gym the other day at Reebok, and people are looking at me like I'm out of my mind, because I'm sitting there laughing out loud at it. And
that's what I wanted, so he's laughing like you're out of your mind.
Yeah, but it's all about, it's pretty rough stuff. One of the things that I noticed, now you have a daughter, Billy,
yes.
right? She's 12?
Yes.
I have a 12-year-old, Emily. And in the book, she's like the governor. Sort of like as a car, like when you have a governor on a go-kart that doesn't let go as fast as it possibly can go. She's like your governor. Like it's like, and I think kids do that for us. That they, and I want to know if I'm right.
No, absolutely.
Just as you're about to do, you look at her and go, I can't do it because of her.
I can't continue behaving in this way because I don't want to put that look into her eyes. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to. It's all very well for me to put myself on this ride, getting tattoos and,
whatever.
All this stuff that I do, but I don't want to hurt my child.
Right, and children have a way of. I saw Whoopi Goldberg's show the other night. She talked about she plays a woman wants to kill herself, but she's afraid her son will be the first one to find her. So it's like your kids.
You can't give that legacy to your child.
Right, exactly.
I've trained the hairs on the back of my daughter's neck so that I know that I frighten her when she worries about me. I don't want to make my daughter into a little nurse, into a little,
This is really terrific, folks. You'll enjoy this book. Let me show you a couple of pictures, because we got these great here. Hang on to your glasses. First of all, this is the new Vanity Fair, and it's the Star Wars cover. And if you unfold it, and you see Jimmy Smith's our pal, and unfold it, then you get to this side, and here we are. Here's Harrison and and some of the and you, of course,
My old
some of
space
the great people from Star Wars, and it was such a great part of. And just hearing that music, da, 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 you know, it brings you back. Here's a picture. This is great. This is from Shampoo, the rap party. There's Warren Beatty.
That's the rap party.
That's the rap party. I don't want to say anything.
Where you bite each other on your leg.
Must be fun. That's fun. And then I got a couple of pictures of. I have a couple of pictures. Look. Here's Carrie with Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds as a baby. Isn't that great? You haven't seen these, right? There's Deb. Look. And look. And there they are, mom and daughter. And
we live next door to each other now.
Now you live next door to each other.
My mother lives next door to me, and I started cooking recently, and my mother is just horrified that I cook.
Why?
I betrayed the family.
Oh, well, you know what? I want you to come on the show and cook, and show us some of your recipes. Everybody, Carrie today bought everybody a book today. Everybody's getting one. So you get to read it. It's now in paperback. Carrie, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it. We'll be right back.